It is a beast. Look at that thing. Look at that thing.
He looks like
it's
he's
a fucking work of
out
art.
of his mouth.
No, it looks like he's pissing out of his nose.
I guess that's true too.
That never happens to you guys?
No, I mean, it's happened before, but I mean, it's pretty rare.
What up, my fellow nerds? Welcome back to another cEDH sermon. We got a special guest today, our good friend Chad Von Doom.
You gotta say it like Chad Von Doom, the infamous
Chad Von Doom.
My magic name is Anti-Deck. My real name is Chad Von Doom.
His real name is Andrew. We're gonna be referring to him as Andrew, but if you don't know him, you got to call him Chad Von Doom. And Chad Von Doom has a casual commander deck, and we're going to upgrade it to cEDH viability today. Because I feel like a lot of players run into this scenario where they've got multiple commander decks, and they're kind of like, hey, I want to dip my toes into the water of cEDH, but I don't know what to do, and I want to upgrade one of my decks. So we're going to go over basically that scenario, and we're just going to do this with our friend Chad Von Doom. So, yeah, stick around, and we'll be upgrading his Tatyova list, which is a little bit more of a fringe playable in cEDH, but it does see play, and we'll kind of go into the reasons why this is a good choice. But, Trevor, do the thing.
All right, well, please like and comment and subscribe on this video. Lets us know that you are enjoying this content. Also, we have a Twitter account, or X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. We've got Blue Sky, we got Instagram, we got TikTok, we got a Patreon if you want to support us that way. Go follow us on all those. Really helps us out, and it makes me not feel like I'm wasting my time.
And you are, but that's okay. And mainly, if we could get the Patreon thing going, we can say fuck all we want, because we don't need to be monetized on YouTube, because they sure as hell aren't monetizing us yet. With our goddamn sailor mouths. Yeah, Andrew, one very important rule is you can't fucking swear on the podcast. You just can't fucking do it.
You can't fucking do it.
And then,
Really?
Other than that,
That's not what I've heard so far.
You heard wrong. And then you can't really fucking contradict us at all, ever. You can't question anything we say. We are the arbiters.
This is our show.
It's our show.
Always right.
We're always right.
I'm just taking my deck to the mysterious wizards to get competitive. I'm not here to argue. Just do what you can so I don't make a fool of myself at the next tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I'm going to all the time, right? So
Yeah, we'll sign you up for one.
I'm taking last place every single time. I'm hoping maybe you guys can get me second to last at least.
It's like an It's Always Sunny where they sign Mac up for the karate tournament. We're gonna sign you up for one. Don't worry. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So the reason we picked Tatyova is, so here's kind of like the usual recommended route is usually people say, okay, if you're going to try cEDH, build a deck from scratch and pick one of maybe the easier, straightforward commanders, something like Kinnan, Najila, or maybe Yuriko. All three of those have pretty simple combo lines, and then in addition to that, they all have somewhat of a backup plan of beatdown. You know, you can swing with all your warriors in Najila. Yuriko, you're just trying to get Yuriko triggers and essentially burn the table to death. And then Kinnan, you just get infinite mana. It's the easiest thing. And even if you don't, you just have big creatures and you swing down and kind of control the board. But I also think another really good option for diving into cEDH is taking a deck you're already comfortable with. Learning a whole new deck in a casual environment can be a little daunting, but trying to go into cEDH, I feel like it would just be way too difficult. So still go with one of those if you want, but you can take one of your own commanders like Tatyova that is in a decent color pairing for cEDH. You've got access to blue, so you can learn how to use counter spells. And then it has natural card draw on the commander. And all you have to do is play lands and do your thing, and you'll be drawing through the deck. So, yeah, let's start off with roasting the current iteration. Just full of trash, really.
Well, you got some good things.
No,
you
it's
got Kodama.
No, it's actually a really good. There's a lot of powerful stuff.
You've got an S tier interaction spell right here, Colossal Sky Turtle.
I like this custom artwork you have for Creative Behemoth.
Oh yeah, that's the child's drawing one. I love that one.
Dude, I loved how much people were roasting that when it got released in the secret layer, because they did a whole secret layer of like child's drawings. And there were some people that were like, oh yeah, it's so cute and everything. And the other people were like, I don't want that shit on my card. Like, that's cute, but like, put that on your fucking refrigerator. Don't put it on my card. I want the monster. I want the beast.
It is a beast. Look at that thing. Look at that thing.
He looks like
it's a fucking work of art.
Out of his mouth.
No, it looks like he's pissing out of his nose.
I guess that's true too.
That never happens to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's happened before, but I mean, it's pretty rare. Usually I'm in my beast mode for that to happen. But yeah, so we've got, there's definitely a lot of typical Casual Tatyova list stuff in here. You've got just a nice plethora of synergistic options. But while we're browsing here for a brief second, what do you know about cEDH, if anything?
You gotta hit fast and you gotta hit hard.
Yeah, that's
pretty accurate.
In simplified terms, yeah. I think, and in addition to that, in being as fast as possible and as hard as possible, you also need to be able to stop the other fast and hard players, because everyone's doing the same thing. You know, they're trying to go fast, they're trying to win, and being able to stop other decks is important as well. So
just gotta be faster and a little harder.
A little faster and harder.
Have the heart of the cards with you.
Yeah, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! It's surprising it does not translate over. It just doesn't. I've tried for
these
cards
have no heart. Gotcha.
They have no heart in Magic. It just doesn't work. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! With Trevor, and I've had very, very often heart of the cards moments. Never works in Commander. So yeah,
right.
So should we completely start over, or should we just kind of start nuking things out of the list?
I think we just start tearing things out and then start adding some good shit. I'm just gonna actually start adding the things that I know we need. Okay, so
we'll go in, because on one of our previous videos we kind of just got into it and we were adding things like crazy. So yeah, that's a good one. Definitely, you're gonna want Mystic Remora and Rhystic Study. If you're playing blue,
it should be said that this deck is real. It's a real life deck right now until the changes start being made to it, of course. But this is a real life deck
that for some reason had 103 cards in it. So you would have gotten booted from a tournament almost immediately. So we're here to save you. You show up, I'm here for the tournament. And they're like, this is not a legal deck.
You need to put 3 of these cards in the trash right now if you want to walk in here.
I can't decide.
What's the fucking... Is it Wild Growth?
Oh, yeah.
Just throw that in.
You could do Utopia Sprawl, too, just because that is very similar to that. But usually, let's focus on the mana base first. So, cEDH is all about, like we said, we're going as fast as possible. So what you need is as much ramp and the best land. So you can't have things like, Thornwood Falls that come in tapped. It's just too slow.
False gods, get this trash out of here. Hold up. You running that shit? Get that out of your deck.
I don't know who built this deck for me. I just found it on the ground.
Yeah, actually, what we did is Trevor and I threw this deck together for Andrew when he was just getting into Magic. We were like, hey, here, take this card, and maybe opened up a couple boxes, and just threw random stuff in it. But it's definitely in a better shape than it was when you found it on the ground. But we worked with what we had. Yeah, definitely, I'd leave the Exotic Orchard in for now.
For now. Command Tower is good. You want to keep the Evolving Wilds in?
I don't know. It comes in tapped.
Yeah.
Even with the extra trigger, it's just not. I'd rather load it up with fetch lands. There's plenty of triggers you can get from those. Yeah, Rejuvenating Spring stays. That. Yeah, no, all the tapped stuff.
Remove that.
Yeah, that's tip number 1. Removed all of your lands that come in tapped. You need to be using your mana now and not on a future turn. And then we'll also be adding a lot of the mana rocks, which are the artifacts that tap for mana, but we're going to be using the most powerful versions of it. You don't usually want to be adding those 3 mana rocks that tap for any color, but like give a +1/+1 to green creatures or something like that. It's just not fast enough or powerful enough in cEDH. We want Soul Ring, Mana Vault, the ones that tap for more mana.
Growth Chamber.
So it enters tapped, and I'd say no. Even though it's synergistic, you do still want synergy in cEDH. You don't want to just have all the best stuff in your deck and nothing that synergizes with your commander. But you want to lean more towards card quality and then have a little bit of that synergy in there. So how are you feeling as we're just ripping apart your deck? And it is already hundreds of dollars more.
Yeah, I was hoping you guys would buy this deck for me when we were done with it.
So we can
play.
We'll
probably proxy it for you.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll proxy it up.
Going.
As a thank you for getting on the show. Yeah, so that way you in a future episode we can do some actual gameplay. So instead of taking our friend's deck and upgrading it to cEDH, teaching our loser friend how to play cEDH.
Let's Strand, we have Missing
2 losers teach their loser friend how to play cEDH.
I don't remember any of the fucking fetch lands. I'm just going to go to EDH Rec for this.
There you go. Beauty of cEDH Rec. No, EDH Rec. cEDH Rec. Yeah, throw that in there.
This is going to be part of a combo. We'll talk about that one later, but this is going to be a good card.
Yeah, the playing additional lands in this deck are definitely worth running. Go up real quick, and you're going to want to do that Yavimaya Coast, too.
Yavimaya Coast. Wait, where?
Actually, go up one more. Lotus Cobra is really good in this deck.
Sometimes, have any color. Yeah,
sometimes you just need that 1 extra mana.
Get that Scoot Swarm.
Scoot Swarm is a maybe. One more up from here.
I need this for the
combo. We do want that.
Tireless
One more.
Provisioner?
Yeah, there.
Oh, Yavimaya Coast.
Just because it's green and blue.
Gotcha.
Only deals a damage. Yeah, you'll see. Oh, Cyclonic Rift. Yeah, you got to add that.
Let's not add all the fucking things. We'll just get
crop rotation.
Crop rotation though
allows you to sacrifice a land to search up a new land. But why that's going to be crucial is a lot of times you might just have a basic forest or something like that, but you might have a really powerful land that can either result in a combo or a win, or is just super powerful in general and creates a bunch of mana, like Ancient Tomb or Gaia's Cradle.
We need a Worldly Tutor.
Yep.
I don't want to keep doing this, but I'm just looking for fucking lands.
I know we haven't. Yeah, hey, there's one.
There we go. Windswept Heath.
So Andrew, I think you know about that. I think
Catacombs.
you already have one of the fetch lands in your deck. Essentially, what it does is you play it as if it's a land, but it doesn't tap for mana, but you tap it, sacrifice it to find another land. So that triggers your commander twice because you get the trigger from the initial playing the land, and then when the new land enters, you get that extra trigger. Yep, definitely add Waterlogged Grove too.
Okay. Polluted Delta, Wooded Foothills.
Here they all are. I'm surprised they're so far down the list.
Yeah, usually the first things that EDH Rex is like telling you to put in. Where's
Prismatic
the rest
Vista,
of it?
I'd say it's worth it. Even though it's just a
What?
basic, it's just another trigger, an untapped trigger. Yeah.
Okay.
Pay 1 life, search your library.
I just want. Do you know what the Surveil land is?
I don't like those because they're tapped.
Yeah, but you can search them. And surveilling is a decent ability.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I've seen mixed reviews on it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll throw an agent.
There we go. See, add 2 colorless mana. Stuff like that is all the stuff that you're going to want in cEDH decks. I'd add the 2 basics too. I mean, they're probably already in there, but
Snow-covered basics.
yeah. Just in case we need. Sometimes there's like 1 card in a deck, but you have to get all these goddamn snow lands just to be able to play it.
All right, that should be all the fetch lands, I think.
Okay, and we're at 40, which is quite a bit. Now, even though you'd think, cEDH, you're still running usually less lands, closer to 30, and then other things like mana rocks is what you're getting most of your mana from. But because Tatyova synergizes so well with it, we actually will want more like 35 or so lands.
I don't know if 35 is what we want. I'm thinking more like 30, 32, around that area.
Okay, so we're going real quick with it. Because a lot of the lists I typically see are around 35 or so. Kind of like what you see with Gitrog, where it synergizes so well with it. It's almost like having a mana rock in a deck like this.
Remove that. We can probably remove a few basics. Oh, well, actually, here's the question. Did we want to do Hermit Druid Thoracle lines?
Hell yeah. Screw it.
Oh, yeah? So we were going to have to take out all the fucking basics.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Never mind.
I mean, we could just build him a non-basic mana base.
Yeah. Let's come back to that.
Okay.
It might be easier just for the sake of like a newer player for cEDH, doing something like Hermit Druid. While really fast, I feel like leaning into the original synergy of the deck will be best.
Okay, we'll go back to the mana base because we need to figure out the distribution first, and then we can work on that.
Yeah, agreed. Just so you know, the lists I'm seeing, and we're not going to go off of and copy another list that's already in existence, but both of the lists that I'm looking at have 36 or 37 lands. Just as a FYI.
Yeah, let's add a Sylvan Library.
Yeah, so now that we have the part 1 that you should do is add all of the take out all your tapped lands that come in tapped and get all of the untapped ones. I would add a Gaia's Cradle as well if you haven't already. Just as a 100% include land. Andrew, that's going to be potentially a very powerful piece.
This is going to be the most expensive card in your deck, probably. But it taps green for each creature you control. And we're hoping that you're going to have a shit ton of creatures on the field, so it should tap for a bunch of mana.
Exactly. And then in terms of, a lot of times you'll see in green decks, mana dorks, which are the 1, maybe 2 mana creatures that tap for mana, but because we're in a lands focused deck, we're not going to have as many of those. I think it's almost crazy not to have something like Birds of Paradise.
A BEP?
Yeah, I'd say do the Birds of Paradise and then a Delighted Halfling, maybe just for the uncounterability, or making it so your commander can't be countered. But other than that, I just don't see like having a bunch of mana dorks. You want to be doing the lands thing.
I'm going to throw in Elvish Mystic at least.
Just for one extra one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. We can always take it out later if needed.
We're going to take out... Okay, so let's go through the creatures, I guess, and take out anything we don't like.
As much as I like Siren Storm Tamer, I think it needs to go. It doesn't synergize. Same with Spore Frog. I love it, but there's not any sort of infinite recur. Coiling Oracle, there's just more powerful things.
Okay.
And this is the hard part, Andrew. All that hard work as we tear it apart.
Yeah.
The deck still exists. It still exists.
No, it won't.
You guys aren't going to buy me this new one, I take it. So.
Well, no.
I guess.
We'll get you all the proxies for it.
Oh, sorry, I don't use proxies.
You know what? If you want to be
I have principles.
You know what? I'm pretty sure you have a proxy in this deck in real life.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty
you
sure
have to prove it.
We didn't give you a Crater Hoof Behemoth. I think they're cheaper now. So,
well, let me. You keep doing what you're doing. I'm actually going to take a look at that and see if that's a real thing. The deck right here. I'll see if that Crater Hoof Behemoth is real or fake.
It's a very convincing proxy. I'll give it that. But
do I need the magnifying glass to take a look?
Oh yeah, you'll need to see the green dot test. Yeah, Courser of Crufix. What is that one again? You can play lands from the top.
You can play lands. Yeah, you play with your top card revealed, and
we could leave it in there for now. I could see it. Just I think
it synergizes as well.
Yeah, I could see it not being powerful enough as we go down the list. Get on later. Yeah, like Reclamation Sage. You gotta get rid of it.
We can easily upgrade that to Manglehorn.
Yes, that is a perfect direct upgrade. While Manglehorn does not destroy artifacts when it enters, enchantments, it does stacks out the board by having artifacts enter tapped. So that is an easy swap. Ramanop is perfect for the deck. Topiary Stomper, that's just an ETB. There's just way better things. Get that out. Synergize, great for a casual list. I love creatures like that.
Same with Undergrowth the Champion. Doesn't do enough.
Yeah, exactly. See, it seems like, but these are really powerful stuff. But you'll see, for any newer players that are using this as a reference, you'll see why certain things like that just are better off removed. Same with that. A good evoke creature to put in is Endurance. That's an easy swap.
Oh, you're right.
And yeah, we can try and specifically reference swaps as we're going through.
Master Biomancer, get that out of here. We're not doing +1/+1 counters in this deck. Reform, get that out of there. We don't need tokens. Acidic Slime, you're too expensive for what you do. Get
too
out of
slow,
here.
Yeah.
Battle Mammoth.
Yeah, gotta go.
Yeah.
Muldrifter, gotta go.
Ooh, I have this Crater Hoof Behemoth is double wrapped. This might be real.
Archetype.
I'm almost positive I had a proxy of it, and I gave it to you, so I'm almost like 99% sure it's fake.
I guess I'll need the magnifying glass on that one.
Search your library for basically put it on battle. Okay.
I love that Crater
Kodama, I think
Tanuki. Kodama would be a cool, yeah, because that's potentially like almost like a secret commander type thing where it might just be really busted in the deck. We'll have to test it.
Well, if we add Sakashima, we can add both Sakashimas even.
Oh my god!
And then
because you could copy your own commander with those, and they won't be legendary.
Yeah, and then you get multiple landfall triggers off of that.
Yeah, you know what? Throw the Sakashimas in there. I know that's a weird thing, but let's be unique.
1,000 Faces and
Imposter.
I already forgot how to spell it.
It's Saka.
Saka. I'm gonna edit that one out.
Baka. Stop being so baka.
Baka.
All right, Rampaging Ballast. Unfortunately, it also has to go.
Well, we should explain this to Andrew. So
yes.
Essentially, Sakashima the Imposter or Sakashima the 1,000 Faces can copy a legendary creature, and then the legendary ruling doesn't apply. So you can copy Kodama, and then there's this cute little loop where you play something, and then your Kodama triggers and your Sakashima triggers, and then you play something off of those, and they start triggering each other. So you can just essentially start playing everything out of your hand.
And if you had your... Yeah, for free. And if you have your commander out, you can draw every time you do that. Because if you're playing your lands. So if like all of a sudden you're just playing, oh, I get to play this land for free. And because I played that, I get to play another land for free. And because I played that, I get to... And it just keeps going. So you could draw through your whole deck. Also, another big thing we should add right now, speaking of drawing through your deck, add Thassa's Oracle. This is the, if you don't know, probably the #1 finishing piece in all of cEDH. Almost every deck with blue is going to be running it. The main reason, it looks like a lot of text on there, but basically it reads, if you don't have any cards left in your library and you play this, you will win. So, and it's kind of like, why would I not want cards left in my library? It's a weird scenario. But in terms of cEDH and what you can do in Commander, it is super easy to just get rid of your library and play this card. All you have to do is have another piece that gets rid of your library and this card in hand, and that's game. So, yeah, that is usually the most common way a game is ended. I would say at least years ago, it had. There's so many more options now. So, I'd say it's a little bit more diverse, but still tried and true. Ever since that card was printed, it has not stopped being the absolute go-to combo piece for the deck. So
we're gonna keep.
Yeah, that's our baby. That card's incredible.
We're gonna keep Colossal Sky Turtle. We're gonna keep Nezi, because Nezahal is gonna do wonders in this deck, and we're gonna keep Craterhoof Behemoth.
We are gonna keep Craterhoof.
I think so. It's a good finisher.
Yeah, and in a deck with a lot of mana, and we are in mid-range hell right now. So typically you wouldn't see something like Craterhoof used as a finisher in cEDH decks, but I kind of like where your head's at. I mean, might as well make it, we're still going to be focusing on the combo, but if you get to a point where it's a longer, grindier game and you've got a board with a bunch of creatures on it, why not play Craterhoof?
Speaking of the combo.
Yes, that's the next section, what you should do. Once you have a lot of the basics, you need to have a finishing combo. So we know that Thassa's Oracle is going to be one of our finishing pieces. Oh, Walk the Aeons.
Is it? Oh, Walk the Aeons. Gotcha.
Yep. So
Walk the Aeons.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Is a 6-drop for 4 and 2 blue sorcery. You take an extra turn and then you can buy back it. So when you cast it, you can sacrifice 3 lands and then you return it to your hand. So essentially, you cast this, and then you have Azusa, Lost But Seeking, out on the field, which lets you play 2 additional lands each turn, and you have Rampant Excavator out, which means you can play lands from your graveyard. So the 3 lands that you sacrifice for Walk of Aeons will just go back into your hand, or go back onto the battlefield, so you can sacrifice them again to put Walk of Aeons back in your hand. And each time they're triggering Tatyova.
Yep, and you can take infinite turns. And basically at that point, everyone's just going to say, good game. Yeah. Or that you can play through it if you want, or that they can make you, but they'll be sitting there a while. It's nice because, you can use Walk the Aeons and Azusa and Ramanep Excavator, but you can also use Crucible of Worlds. You should add that because you can also play lands from your graveyard with that. There's another card that does it that's a little more expensive, Ancient Green Warden. I think it's a little too expensive. So I probably wouldn't include it.
I just want to take a look at it. Yeah, it's a 6-drop. Well,
it's more of a win more, where it's like, if a land entering the battlefield you could sideboard it, but now a card that I would absolutely run is ASE. It's AESI. Yeah, Tyrant. Now that is a 6-drop worth playing in cEDH for this deck. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Whenever it lands, you draw a card. So you can play 2 lands a turn and draw cards from both of them, and with your commander drawing more. And this is also another legendary copy potentially from something like Sakashima. Yeah, either of the Sakashimas.
That's perfect.
Yeah. We might end up having to cut Nezahal. I know that sounds crazy, but it's not like this is a Kinnan deck where you're flipping into them. You still have to hard cast them.
Yeah, but this is a landfall deck. We're going to have the mana.
Also, another part of the combo,
I would
Mystic
rather
Sanctuary.
What?
Mystic Sanctuary. That's another piece of the combo where...
Mystic Doom Sandwich. What the fuck is that?
Mystic Doom Sandwich? Wow, what the fuck?
Just out of curiosity. Hey, if it's good, add it to this.
It's 14 cents. Yeah, if it is, it'll be the meme card for the deck.
Yeah.
Where even is that card?
Oh, now it's just in there.
Well, whatever. Let's search it.
Yeah, what? Wait, Pornhub? Trevor, this is the business
You make
computer.
this joke every fucking time. Oh, it's a fucking sticker card.
Oh, it's a sticker.
No, we don't need that. Get that shit out of here.
But it's cute.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you guys were pros. I thought this was Pimp My Deck. What are you guys doing?
We are pimping your deck. one card at a time. Also, we can get rid of a couple other things.
Let's go through the sorceries now.
Yeah, let's finish. So stuff like Preordain is just too slow in Commander in general. It's good in a casual deck. Something like this too. It's like, I can play an additional land and draw a card. But for 2 mana, there's 2 mana things that let you draw 2 cards every turn. Or like a Ristic Study where you're drawing a shitload of cards. Rampant Growth, bye. Say goodbye to that.
Yeah, Nature's Lore, Rampant Growth, 3 visits. We're going to get rid of those.
The only 2 I'd consider keeping are 3 visits and Nature's Lore, since it is a forest. You can get, and it's 2 mana. It's basically like an Arcane Signet, but with a land. So I might actually consider keeping those. But even so, sometimes stuff like that is hard to justify. There's just better stuff. There's just better stuff.
Let's see. We can sack. I'm trying to think for Neoform and Eldritch Evolution what we can use.
Oh, yeah. So before we get into that, a couple more quick includes for creatures. We might as well kind of finish off the creatures section. Quirion Ranger and Ashaya. So Quirion Ranger is the one where you can return a forest you control to its owner's hand, untap target creature. You can only play that. It is Quir? Query? Like almost like you're going to say Quirion. Oh, yeah, and then ION. There we go. So what you do, and that can only be done once a turn. But then you have something like Ashaya that says non-token creatures you control are forest lands in addition to their other types. So all of your creatures are now, it's ASHAYA.
Ah, yes, of course. Soul of the Wild. I mean, Andrew's going to make fun of me for my spelling regardless, but I don't want the viewers to make fun of me for my spelling.
Oh, we will.
Haven't seen anything.
Oh, we will.
I mean, I was watching you spell mystic. You got that. I was ready to rip on you for that one.
I learned my lesson from the previous time I was doing this.
And so the nice thing about that is because you can keep all you need with Ashaya and Quirion Ranger is a one of your dorks out. And you can keep, and we might actually consider for this purpose playing Bloom Tender. I don't know though.
No, Bloom Tender in a 2-color deck?
Just because
yeah, sure.
What you do is you tap the Blue Tender and then you bounce the Quirion Ranger to your hand because you're returning a forest. And if you have Ashaya, Quirion Ranger is a forest now. So you return that to your hand. And then you can tap the Bloom Tender and it'll add a green and a blue if you have another blue creature out. And then you can untap the Bloom Tender with the effect from Quirion Ranger. And since you added a green and a blue, you just play Quirion Ranger again for the green. So then you'd net infinite blue mana.
And then you can use that blue mana to play Nezahal.
Is it worth running Thrasios? Is infinite mana the... And Thrasios also can result in... That's a good extra mana outlet if you have a bunch of extra mana.
I think Thrasios in general is just for value.
Was in the upgraded version of this deck.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. We a while ago, we were playing on Cockatrice, and I kind of made like we were playing like a higher power game, so I quickly made some swaps. It wasn't necessarily cEDH viability, but it was definitely improved quite a bit. But also Thrasios is nice because all that extra mana, and you can be activating him. But if it's a land, it just goes onto the battlefield, which will also trigger your commander.
Let's see, elf. That's a human, so you can't search that. But you can get... No, those are humans as well. It's an elemental. Snake cleric. Okay. I don't know if Invasion of Ikoria is worth running in the deck.
Oh, to search for it? I mean, definitely Finale of Devastation is 100%.
Yeah, Finale. I think we already put Worldly Tutor in here. Yeah, Worldly Tutor's in here. So
I know we say we're going to be organized, but also let's finish clearing out the remainder of this stuff.
Yeah.
Get rid of that, even though that's fun in a casual deck. That could explosive vegetation, get rid of it, and Kodama's Reach. Unfortunately, harmonize.
Yeah. It seems like counterproductive that we're removing all the spells that fetch you fucking lands, but there's better ways of doing it in cEDH.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, that's you got to get and that too, because we're gonna have the
and Urban
and
Evolution.
Yeah, get rid of that.
Yeah.
And then for instance, let's just move down real quick. Brainstorm, maybe. That's the only one I might consider keeping because there's going to be so many fetch lands. What you can do is play a land, like a fetch land that makes you search for things. Then you play the Brainstorm, draw 3 cards, put 2 cards that you don't want, and then the 2 cards that you don't want on top of your library. And then you crack the fetch land and you essentially reshuffle your deck so you can get rid of cards that aren't useful to you right now and potentially draw something better. Get rid of the fog.
We don't need that.
I do like Pongify in green-blue decks. It's 1 mana, destroy a creature. What does Suspend do again?
Exile target creature. It has Suspend.
I do like that it's 1 mana, but I'd rather have the other thing, rapid
hybridization.
Yeah, that's a good swap. And then another good swap: unsummon for Chain of Vapor. So instead of returning,
I was actually thinking just keeping unsummon, like.
But Chain of Vapor is the same thing but better.
We can have both.
I'm gonna make an executive decision and say remove it for now.
Okay.
Counterspell, although great, we're gonna be adding a shitload of counterspells, and we're gonna be adding all of the free and super cheap busted ones.
Now, Ian, I have been noticing a lot of people are actually playing Counterspell recently.
I do.
And for this deck, the blue is not going to be that hard for him to come by because he's going to be playing a lot of lands. So I think we keep Counterspell.
Okay. And so if you were going to swap it out, an easy swap is Mana Drain. Yeah. Because it's also 2 blue to counter target spell, but it is strictly better because at the beginning of your next main phase, you just add whatever the spell that you countered's mana cost was. You just add that much colorless mana. Like, that's pretty busted, and it makes counterspell look like shit next to it.
It does. This used to be a downside when there was mana burn in the game, and then you would, if you couldn't use up the mana, you would just get dealt damage. So it used to be a downside. Now it's just a strictly better counterspell.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. Growth Spiral, same, too slow. Yeah, it seems good because it's like, well, I'm drawing and putting a land. There's just better. There's Nature's Claim. That's a straight up, strictly better card.
Straight up one. Better.
Simic Charm you can get rid of. Okay, here's where we go off on all the counter spells. Oh, yes. No, great.
Force of Vigor.
Yeah, that one is potentially free. So, Andrew, anything in cEDH that has something like this where it says you can exile a green card instead of paying the mana, like those cards are insanely powerful because you can tap out all of your mana to play, creatures or your combo pieces or other things, but you can still hold up an instant speed, either removal spell or counter spell to stop someone else. Like, so you always have options, even if you're out of mana.
Sounds like it could give you a competitive edge.
Oh, yeah. And everyone's running that. So, Trevor added Force of Will. We're also going to add Force of Negation. Basically, all the fierces and the forces. Anything, if it has force in its name, it might be good.
It usually is.
Force of Negation, Fierce Guardianship.
Do we want Fierce? I guess
I think it's worth it because this is a deck where you want to get Tatyova out as fast as possible. It's less like, Tivit, where it's also a higher CMC commander and you kind of want to wait until the late game to get Tivit out. This is definitely a deck where you want to get Tatyova out and synergizing with your game plan. Yeah, definitely get rid of Simic Charm.
Oh, you know what we should add? Fuck.
While you're thinking, Eureka moment.
Yeah, we can get rid of that.
Get rid of that. Get rid of...
Fractal Surge. It doesn't do as much as you think it does.
I know. I know normally decks don't play this, but I do like the fact that you could be untapping your Gaia's Cradle or an Ancient Tomb.
Yeah.
Well, let's sideboard it. Sideboard it for now. Let's add the rest of the counter spells. Swan Song. Oops. Multiple. Too many chefs in the kitchen.
Too many cooks will spoil the broth, yeah.
Bluster Storm. So yeah, Andrew, the other rule of thumb with counter spells, if it isn't free, if it's 1 mana, it's also probably good. Bluster Storm, Swan Song.
Offer.
Oh, and offer you can't refuse. I do think Pact of Negation. Free.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be able to pay for that.
Mental Misstep. It's another 1 mana, but also free. You can just pay 2 life instead. Ridiculously busted card. And it's got a kitty on it.
Yeah, that's my cat. That's fair. Except it probably has one too many eyes.
101 cards.
Poor Faye.
I'm gonna get laughed at the door at my next tournament.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be making some cuts here. We're gonna be cutting soon. All right. How many counter spells we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I do think maybe a couple more. It is really good. I like shooting for 12.
Put in Dispel.
Yeah, that's a great protect my own counter in a counter war. I feel like I'm missing just one of the... There's one more like really major one where it's like, why can I not think of it? No, I think that's... Oh, Mindbreak Trap. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
With all of the... Here's another potential free one. If an opponent has cast 3 or more spells this turn, you may pay 0 rather than paying its mana cost. And it just exiles any number of target spells that are currently on the stack. So in the middle of some counter war, you're going off, you're trying to win, someone else is trying to win. You just play this, and this is like saying, all right, that's done. I think that's perfect. Now we've got 12 counter spells. That's a perfect place to shoot for. Since we're in this wheelhouse, let's kind of round out the... I think we get rid of 3 visits.
Yeah, I don't think it does as much as we want.
But we've got Finale, which is a potential... It's a tutor and a potential finisher. I do think that...
What's the Convoke one?
Oh, Court of Calling.
Yeah, we should throw a Court of Calling in.
Absolutely. Because you can tap your creatures instead.
This is a search your library for creature card with mana value X, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle, and you can tap your creatures to help pay for X. So
I also, I also think you were saying Neoform and Eldritch Evolution.
I don't know if we want to run those because I'm trying to think of how we would do that. Like we could do.
How many? We don't really have very many 1-drops.
No, we could. It was something that's cute is we can Neoform Elvish Mystic for a Thassa's Oracle and try to win off of that,
which is hilarious.
Probably not.
Maybe Eldritch, since it gives you a little bit more. Neoform, you have to use the specific 1 more CMC, but Eldritch at least gives you, it's just 2 more or less. So.
How the fuck do you spell Eldritch? Like that?
It's ELDRI.
TCH. Eldritch.
So stupid.
Wizardry. The word is Eldritch. Eldritch.
And I pronounce it Eldritch.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
The card Eldritch Evolution is one of the best tutors in Green.
Oh.
There we go. Used it in a sentence. Now use it in a sentence and not naming that card.
I don't think we run Invasion simply because we can't search Azusa off of Invasion.
Yeah, I'm okay keeping it out.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do we run a Gilded Drake?
Yes.
So this
but also, do we run the other Gilded Drake?
Oh,
the Volatile Storm Drake.
I say for now, let's just run the best one. Let's run just the normal Gilded Drake. Oh, and also, man, it's so hard to stay like focused. We're like, okay, I have like a plan where I'm like, we'll focus on the mana base, and then we'll add these things, and I'll try and have a plan, or at least put a plan up in post, and then it can just devolve into chaos, which is totally fine. That's how most deck building it results in anyway. Like, yeah, you put this card in. Holy shit, put this
Pretty
one.
much.
Okay, let's finish up the ramp of mana rocks, because you're gonna want to get Tatyova out quick, so then you can start playing your land. So, yeah, we could do Felwar, but let's do Chrome Mox. Obviously, Mox Diamond. These are all those free. Anything that's free is usually pretty damn good. Lotus Petal. We already have Soul Ring. I say Mana Vault because there's 3 colorless in Tatyova. Maybe even Grim Monolith.
Do we want the One Ring?
Yeah, we want the One Ring. And see, cards like the One Ring, Mystic Remora, Rhystic Study, Sylvan Library, where they're just drawing you so many cards. You just don't need stuff like Preordain or Ponder. Even though they're only 1 mana, paying 4 mana for an indestructible artifact that taps and draws you cards every turn is infinitely more powerful.
Ooh, Seedborn Muse.
I was thinking that too.
Let's fucking do it.
Yeah. Fuck it. Every turn. So Andrew, this will be a banger in the deck. Basically, every turn you get to untap all of your permanents. So on every other player's turn. So you can just keep going off.
That's the idea, right?
And then that's the idea. And then I quietly added Minimo School's Water's Edge, which lets you untap a legendary permanent.
Also, is Cephalid Coliseum in there? I think that's a good way in a lands deck to potentially stop a Thassa's Oracle win or draw you. CEPHAL Cephalid ID. Hey, there we go. So I think that's pretty good in terms of artifacts, right?
I'm trying to think if we're missing one. We could run Mox Amber, but that doesn't really help us get our commander out.
No, and then once you have your commander out, you want to be doing lands. So
yeah.
No, I think that's good because you don't want too many. You know, I haven't. When I was peeking at the other Tatyova lists the other night, I basically saw around 10, even less artifacts. So that's good. I think that's fine.
Okay. Let's go.
Let's finish off the enchantments. So the thing with burgeoning is it's totally busted in casual where lands are being played all the time. But later in the game, people don't play lands as much in cEDH. But it's only 1 mana. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it.
I'd say keep it.
He says keep it. He's the pilot, so
keep it. We're keeping it. Exploration.
If it gives you an extra land, only 1 mana, I mean, that's another card, another life.
Yeah.
What about an exploration?
100% keeping that.
Okay. Mystic Remora we're keeping. Utopia Sprawl, Wild Growth we're keeping.
Oh, get rid of that. Kalani Heart.
Don't even know what it does, but Sylvan Library, Beastmaster Ascension.
Dope card in casual. No play. It has no place here. Same with that.
Yep. Primal Empathy. We don't need that. Court of Bounty.
No.
No. You don't want to. You don't want to be kinged.
You mean the monarch? All right. Let's.
I never understood that. What that even meant.
Yeah, it's just like a little mechanic.
You get to draw an additional card at your end step, and if you get attacked, the person who dealt damage to you becomes the monarch. It's
good for them.
It's a cute little mechanic that they added that no one really cares about.
So cute.
I like the enchantments. I'm not 100% sold on the Wild Growth Utopia Sprawl, but
I think we at least keep Wild Growth.
Well, Utopia Sprawl will almost always have a forest, and that can tap for blue. So I'd say we get rid of the Wild Growth, if anything, because that could tap for an additional of the Chosen.
Fine. We'll get rid of the Wild Growth.
This is like a completely different deck than what we started with.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Only $3,400. That's nothing. I could get that.
So what we're gonna do is
that's chump change, man.
I'll just bill you guys later.
We'll get you the proxies. On behalf of the channel, we'll dip into our funds, which we're in the negatives currently because we're an early channel.
So subscribe on Patreon. These guys need to buy me this deck.
We need to buy them this
That's
deck.
what we're talking about.
And we'll get you the proxies. We'll order them from China, some shady factory that prints these out.
Shady dealers in China.
So we'll order you the proxies from China, and then we'll sign you up for a real tournament, and then you'll have to, and then we'll send you the cards that aren't real, so you can buy them for real. We'll stick you with that $3,000 bill.
I'll get the invoice in the mail.
Yeah.
Sorry,
we'll send
guys.
you the collections if needed.
If I bring a deck full of proxies to the tournament, will they just take me out back and shoot me?
Yeah, no, that's a common thing. Honestly, though, I swear to God, when we were playing in LotusCon, which was like 250 people, they not only did they allow, like, if you used their proxies, which were like basically for the dual lands, but some guy was even telling me, he's like, "Oh yeah, I've got a couple proxies in this deck." Like, someone questions me on it, like, whatever, fuck them. Like, all right,
fair enough.
Who cares? I'm not gonna tell. I don't care.
It's.
I would have called the judge immediately.
Judge.
This guy's got proxies. He just said so.
They sound this an alarm.
Tear his deck apart.
Yeah, like all these guys in SWAT gear come in. Move! We've got a proxy. They tackle him on the ground.
I don't play with that. What, you think you can just print out cards? I spent $3,400 on my deck.
Yeah, is there? Can we put a beta tropical island in instead of the just to increase the yeah.
Get like an original.
An alpha? No, you don't want an alpha. That ruins your.
Can't you not play alpha cards in tournaments because of the edging is the corners are different and it like
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's not that you can't play it.
You brought the price down quite a bit, actually.
Yeah,
probably. This card's
it doesn't even have
priced.
It doesn't even have a price. It's so expensive. It's priceless.
Wow.
No, I'm pretty sure you can play alpha cards. It's just it damages the sleeves when you shuffle.
Yeah. Also, let's remove a couple of each of these. I know we're going to remove probably a couple more too. Oh, and you know another thing that would be really great for a deck like this? All the MDFCs. And I know it's like, it's gonna raise the CMC of the spell, but of the deck, but we're not playing ad nos. So, Seagate, Restoration, a nice 7 mana card. Turn Timber, Symbiosis, another 7 mana card that you'll probably never cast. Sink into Stupor, which is actually really good.
It's very good.
Bridgeworks Battle. But the nice thing about all of these is they are lands that come in untapped on the other side. So this is basically a removal or counter spell that returns it back to their hand. And it's just a blue land on the other side. You have to pay 3 life to have it come in untapped, but who cares? You get to run more interactive spells and not take away from your land count. And you can take out things like basic islands that, while you need enforced, yeah. While you need those, you really don't need as many, and you can have a higher concentration of really powerful cards. So,
which leads us back to maybe we take out all the basics and run Hermit Druid, because then you could do Hermit Druid to historical lines.
That would be cool.
And I was thinking about this earlier. We can run Melvin, so that you can do Hermit Druid with essentially haste.
Oh, okay. All right, screw it. Then we'd have to get rid of Prismatic Vista because that searches for a basic. We
have to get rid of the snow covered.
Of what?
The snow covered lands.
Oh yeah. The only issue I see potentially happening is we only have a breeding pool and a tropical island to tutor out with our.
That's
fetch
why
lands.
I wanted the Surveil land.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Surveil.
I'm gonna step away for a sec.
Corn
You guys
Hub.
keep doing your work.
Yep.
Okay.
Hedge Maze. Hedge Maze. There we are. And then, okay, so walk me. It's been a while. So if we're doing Hermit Druid, what is the... And then you said Marvin?
Melvin. Or is it Marvin? It's Marvin. Murderous Mimic. So you play Marvin on a previous turn, and then he gets all activated abilities of all creatures. And then, so when you play your Hermit Druid, you can just activate it immediately. Where's the fucking Hermit Druid? Oh, there it is. So, yeah, you can just activate it immediately, and you don't have to wait a turn cycle. So it's essentially giving your creatures haste.
Gotcha. Oh, here's another one that might be actually worth running. Summer Bloom. Play up to 3 additional lands this turn. It is a sorcery, so it's a one-time thing. But I do know there's a combo where with Mystic Sanctuary, which is in the deck already, essentially you can keep recurring it if you have something to bring it back to the top of your library, like Mystic Sanctuary, and something to sack the land. You can infinitely play all of your lands and keep drawing. So if you have something like Ramanap Excavator, and what's something that can sack the lands?
Oh, I don't know. My go-to is always Gitrog.
Unfortunately, can't play Gitrog here. Oh, Sylvan Safekeeper. That's actually a really good... Since we're going to be playing so many lands, that's 1 mana. Sacrifice a land, target creature you control, gain Shroud. You can protect your commander or your combo pieces.
Perfect.
I know that's kind of like a
combo piece.
That's a bunch of additional combo. Like that's probably going to be a backup combo, but if you happen to have that land out, and like if you have, so you play the Summer Bloom, you can play the Mystic Sanctuary. Oh, what like something like Strip Mine? Do we run Strip Mine? And a 2-color.
I don't think so. Well, maybe. What's our mana base looking like right now? Yeah, we run Strip Mine.
Yeah, and we need, because we have so many other options. Strip. Okay.
So currently our mana or land count is at 27. We should probably get that number up to about 33. Which means we do need to make some cuts.
Okay, so wait, how many lands do you think we need?
I'd say 33 for a land deck.
And we're going a little bit quicker. So I've seen I know I was saying that like there's like 36 lands in some of those lists online, but we're trying to be a little bit quicker with the Hermit Druid lines. There's
you know
another...
what? Get rid of Greater Hoof.
Yeah, I agree. And
I think we keep Nezzy though.
Yeah, it is so powerful. You know what? I'm almost wondering if we do, instead of Nezahal, we do Consecrated Sphinx just because it's a little cheaper.
Or, Ian, I've got a better one. Maybe. Sphinx of the Second Sun.
You get an extra upkeep. Does that add to it? That's really expensive, though. It's 8 mana. Ooh. That's tough. That is tough. Let's leave it for now.
Let's add Consecrated Sphinx, at least. Because I do like me Consecrated Sphinx. So I'm going to switch the printing so I don't get confused on this. There we go.
Okay, here is... I took a peek at another list, and Nissa Resurgent Animist. And we're going to have to make a potential cut of Elvish Mystic for this sake. But here, I have... So...
Nissa's already in the deck.
This is a more improved... there are multiple Nissas. So this is what I'm thinking. When a land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color. So that could be, it's basically another Lotus Cobra. Then, if this is the second time this ability is resolved this turn, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an elf or an elemental card. If you take the other elves out, we either run into one of our combo pieces, Elf Ranger or Quirion Ranger, or we run into a Shaya. So it's like you literally, just from getting extra mana anyways, you reveal cards until you get one of your combo pieces. I don't think there's...
What elves do we get? Like, that would mean...
Elvish Mystic is easy to get rid of. Ooh, the Bloom Tender is... I'm not opposed to leaving...
I'm not opposed to it either.
Yeah, get rid of Elvish Mystic for sure. And then Bloom Tender we can get rid of if... Honestly, just to speed up that. Yeah. Also, this is the hard part where you're having to start making these coarser. I do like playing the lands from the top. And if you have this and like Azusa, isn't there better things though that just play off the top where you don't need all that extra? Like, I think coarser might be one of the weaker of all of the options. It's been a while since I've seen. Let me. I know my Animar deck has a lot of shit like that in it.
I'm just gonna throw in Archdruid's Charm because I think this deck would value off of that.
Okay, how about instead of Courser or Crewfix, playing with it revealed, Augur of Autumn says you can look at the top card of your library at any time, so you don't give away info to your opponents, and then you may play lands from the top of your library. Plus, as long as you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, you may cast creature spells from the top of your library. I think that's just strictly better than Courser.
You're right. What's this here? 3. Okay. Yeah, let's make that change. What was the card?
Augur, so Augur of Autumn.
Augur of Autumn.
Also, here's another weird one that we might as well just add. Hydroelectric Specimen, another land. So we can cut something else and still have...
What does it do?
It's just a land.
Yeah, but what does it do?
You could play it at flash speed to protect your commander or a combo piece.
And it's weird, so sure, fuck it.
Yeah, it's weird. All right.
Are we adding anything else?
I mean, we're damn near at the point where we're like... I can't really think... I mean, we have... So what is the... I guess you just Hermit Druid and then you get rid of your entire library and you immediately cast Thassa's Oracle. Are there any other pieces that we add to it? Like, is there... I know there's this card that is a good one where if you fuck up, you can still... It's like an instant or sorcery that has flashback. And it's in Simic colors. We've got all the instants. Oh, do we have all the tutors we want? We've got all the counter spells. We've got some removal, Pongify. Do we want any additional... We need a couple more lands. Honestly, I say we add 3 more lands unless... you could put Nexus of Fate in. It is an extra turn spell. But if it would be put into a graveyard, you reveal it and shuffle it into its owner's library. So if you Hermit Druid and you have that, you can just take infinite turns if you want.
Fuck it. Throw it in. Yeah, so we have 5 MDMCs. Damn. So if we want to get to the... Okay, so how many lands do we want to run? Because I was saying 33, but we can run less. I prefer not to. But that would mean we have to start cutting some things.
I know. I think we don't need anything else. Or are we missing any tutors? That's the other thing. Do we have all the good creature tutors?
We have Worldly Tutor, we have Mystical Tutor, we have Court of Calling, we have Finale, and we have Eldritch Evolution.
Okay.
We could throw in Neoform if we wanted. We could throw in Invasion of Ikoria if we wanted. Unfortunately, Invasion can't get us Hermit Druid or Azusa. But that's pretty much it.
Okay.
That it can. And Augur of Autumn. But it can fetch up Marvin for us. It can fetch up Thoracle for us.
Yeah, I think there might be better options then.
Can't even search up Sakashima.
I'm curious to see how that'll work. And that's such a weird include, having all the Sakashimas and the Kodama in there, but I feel like it might be really fucking good.
It's essentially just running 3 copies of Tatyova in the deck.
That's true. That's true. When in doubt, just copy your own Tatyova. So there was one card while we're figuring this stuff out. There's one more thing that I wanted to add, and I'm just searching through because I cannot think of the name, but it is a green spell with a blue flashback cost, and you can essentially return things from your graveyard. Memory's Journey.
Green.
Target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from his or her graveyard into her library. Flashback for green. So you can... Let's just say...
Summer?
Maybe. Do Memory's Journey. Just as if we're doing Hermit Druid, it is a nice oopsies, I fucked up, or someone else tries to mess with you. You can shuffle, you can flash it back at instant speed in order to shuffle target cards back onto your library. So I think if we're doing Hermit Druid, you almost need to include it.
Gotcha. Okay, fuck it. Let's throw it in. I guess this is 100 cards. But we do need a few more lands. So we'll go to EDH Rec, see what we're missing.
Green Sun Zenith is a good too. Ooh, Yavimaya. Cradle of Growth.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yavimaya Cradle of Growth is perfect. Veil of Summer is good. Noxious Revival is good.
You have no basics.
Eternal Witness is good.
We never added Mystic Sanctuary?
I thought we did.
I guess I would add it to deck.
I think I took it out because I was just going through to make sure all the things that came in tapped were gone.
Did we add Otawara?
Yeah, we added Ardwara and Seiju.
Okay, good.
What's the creature that's also a land?
What about the instant speed one?
Dryad
Emergence? I don't like that it's Summon Sick, but
we can pass by it. Cavern of Souls?
Yeah, maybe that.
What's our commander? It's a mermaid? It's a mermaid wizard. So we can get an uncounterable Thassa's Oracle.
Yes, and our commander. Yeah, 100% throw that in there. Holy shit, that is such a good little synergy. Honestly, I think that's... Oh, do we not have Mana Confluence? I'd throw that. Oh.
We don't have Mana Confluence or City of Ass.
Oh, okay. So then that's the...
Or Elvish Spirit Guide.
No, we don't want any more elves. We don't want any more elves.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, Sifting Woodland.
City of Ass.
And then go up to the... Unless you control a forest, and then Delirium... Target permanent card in your graveyard. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, add that. Okay, I think that's enough, right?
Yeah, let's just make sure we're not missing anything major.
Yeah.
Tying Gates of Mardar.
We're not really...
There's the Saga is kind of useless. We're not even running any clones. But I don't think we need clones.
We have Sakashima.
Yeah.
We're running those specifically for the...
Oh, this one's got combo piece as well.
Tap or untap target creature.
I don't remember what combo it goes for. I don't think it's in the deck, so we don't have to worry about it.
2 Coraline combo. Let's see. Snake Tribe Scout or Sakura Tribe Scout. It's where you tap and put a land card from your hand into play. Yeah. None of the combos with it are like incredible.
We don't need it. Yeah.
Yeah. Emergent Zone, maybe?
No, are we trying to go on instant speed? Because we're not even running.
And you can't play lands, though, as though they had instant speed. So, no, that's okay.
Yeah, I think
we're kind of
we have
good. Go up real quick. At this point, this is where we're running into stuff that's less good. I'll just cast spells as though they had flash. Yeah, that's the same as the other one. I think we're good.
Go back to the deck list. We're at 106 cards.
So if we cut 3, we'll be where Andrew was before we had a hand in this.
Make some cuts. Gotta make some cuts. Don't want to get laughed out of the tournament.
35 lands, including MDFCs.
So here's...
No basic lands. Did I hear you correctly?
No basic
lands. No basic lands.
This is a true cEDH deck now.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
No basic
So we can cut a couple lands. We can cut a couple lands from here. So two lands. Trying to think of what's like the most useless. I think Exotic Orchard potentially has the chance to like not really help us.
Yeah, get rid of that one.
Probably you have it, but there's just so many other. All these are really, really good. There was one, maybe the Bark Channel, I guess.
Yeah, it's non-searchable and it's only one-sided, so
yeah, and we're only a 2-colored deck, so I think this is good. We're running a little bit more aggressive with 33. Now
maybe get rid of Utopia Sprawl.
Yeah, you know what? I have an easy. So I kind of cheated a little bit, and I looked into burgeoning, and this list says not to run it because it's dead later in the game. But let's get rid of Utopia Sprawl. Yeah, they said like it's just too slow, but.
Yeah, but it does mean we get to draw on other people's turns.
I know. And it's not
and our
terrible.
pilot wants to keep it.
Yeah, you know what? We'll defer to Andrew. Because he knows, he knows more than us.
That's right.
I also didn't notice Arcane Signet or Felwar Stone in other lists just because they're more expensive. You just want those cheap ones. We could at least take out Felwar and leave the other
take
ones.
it out.
What was that?
Take it out.
Okay.
Scroll up a bit.
The One Ring, everyone's got it.
Yeah, dude.
The One Ring is busted, dude.
It's like fucked up how good it is.
With Seedboard Muse out and Minimo, like you're gonna be drawing fucking upwards to 7 cards a turn.
Yikes.
Do we take out the weaker of the counter spells? I don't know.
I don't think we take out. Wait, did we keep Unsummon?
No.
Or did we take that one
No,
out?
we took that out.
Okay. I don't want to cut Counterspell. Let's see if there's anything else we can cut. We can cut Endurance.
If you're on the bottom of their library in a random order. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we need it.
I don't think we need it.
Because we have that other thing that just can be cast from the graveyard instead. So one last cut.
Bucket. Let's get rid of Counterspell.
Okay. Boom. I think that's a solid list. Let's just go right into it. It probably needs some tweaking, but for the sake of today, I mean, that is fantastic. So really quick, let's go up and we're just going to look at the top. So Andrew, I know this might sound like a foreign language to you, but we've got our commander. We want to get her out as fast as possible, start playing additional lands, and drawing extra cards, gaining life is just kind of like a side benefit, but really importantly, drawing those cards. And she's an important piece in any combo that allows you to keep going. You just get to keep drawing through your whole deck. We've only got the best of the best in terms of dorks. Combo piece right here. This can protect your commander and also sacrifice a land over and over again to recast it. And I forgot that exact combo line, but I'll pull it up. I'll put that on screen in post. Got your Hermit Druid, and I'm sorry, but we are going to need to switch the printing to the Jason Momoa.
Oh, absolutely.
There we go. It's not really Jason Momoa, but I mean, it might as well be. Doesn't that fucking look like him?
That's him.
It's Jason.
It just is. Like, who else is that? Lotus Cobra is a combo piece, and also value your potential best finisher other than Finale of Devastation. We'll get to that. Playing extra lands, playing off the top of your library. Yeah, all these things with this little symbol up in the top, those are just lands on the other side. So why not run those? Yeah, and then I'm really curious to see how the Sakashima ends up being. And this one, you can just have it. This is a clone for other opponents' creatures. Sakashima of 1,000 Faces is only yours. Is it legendary? Copy that creature.
Yeah.
Because
it's running Sisei.
Oh, okay. Says it's still Sakashima the Imposter. It just becomes. Is still so the legendary rule gets around it. Okay, cool. Here's your combo piece. Potentially this with Sakashima.
Potentially, yeah. That will be a fucking crazy combo if you can get that out.
Colossal Sky Turtle, just because it's awesome. Really, it's because of these channel abilities can't be countered, and you get to either bounce something or return something from your graveyard. And then Consecrated Sphinx and Nezahal, just because they draw you a shitload of cards and they're busted. Here's going to be, if you get infinite mana and you put it into this is better than Crater Hoof because you can give your creatures plus infinity, and haste and murder everyone. And then you can also tutor with it. You can search up stuff. So we got some other tutors. These are basically just lands, but if you have a shitload of mana and you don't know what to do, you can always cast. Infinite Turns combo. You got all your counter spells. and tutors here and removal spells. Just some of the fastest artifacts. All your draw engines and extra lands. And your lands.
A good mana base.
So let's do some playtesting hands. And
wait,
Andrew,
before we do that,
we'll do one, and then Andrew has to do one.
Okay, that sounds good. Before we do that, let's look at the mana curve.
Ooh,
that's not too bad.
No, I like it.
2, 3, 3, and 3. So yeah, that's not that bad. And then our split is pretty much even.
Yeah, I like that too.
All right, let's do some fucking test hands.
Okay, so this is a turn 2. Ooh, but the hedge mage. Ooh,
we're going last.
Okay, so we're going 4th. I don't like this because of the hedge maze comes in tapped. So you don't, because if that wasn't, you'd get a turn 2 Tatyova. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to ship.
Yeah. Is it? No, it's action. Restart.
All right, so we got 2 lands.
I think we go down to 6.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, I just did this, Trevor.
Now here we go.
This is what we're talking about.
Yeah, we've got 3 lands, a mana vault, and
what exactly is?
So this is basically a blue land, but it's nice because if you have Threshold, you can force someone to draw and interrupt their Thassa's Oracle, or you can just draw if you're in a desperate situation.
Okay, that's not too bad.
So I say save in this case. Oh no, you do need another green land. So I would say play the Minimo to start and cast the mana vault. Oh no, we have to put something on the bottom. So do we go for this combo or potentially with Hermit Druid with haste?
I say we get rid of Marvin.
Okay. Move to the bottom of the library. And so then we draw per turn. Ooh. That's really good too. So I say we save this if possible, and we hope that we draw a green land so we can play this as our next land with Tatyova. But we play Minimo, tap that for the mana vault. Then we go to our next turn. Nice. So we play City of Ass. We tap. That'll deal a damage to us, and we tap. And we've got Tatyova out turn 2. So, yeah.
Nice.
Andrew, I don't know if you remember, but a lot of times it's turn 4 or 5 where Tatyova's hitting the board, but she's out turn 2. That's what this deck wants to do.
That's what this deck do.
She needs to get out. She is the action of this entire deck.
Deck do.
Yeah.
And
drawing.
Really, it'd be dope if we had another blue card in hand to hold up because we have this as a counter spell. But
so what is the idea? The same as before, just trying to draw as many cards and gain as many life as possible.
Yes.
Put down as many lands.
There's just some layered combos that help with Tatyova where you're just playing a bunch of lands constantly. So you're going to be drawing through your deck. And then you can win with either playing all your creatures and playing Finale, or you can just draw through your deck and play Thassa's Oracle.
Yeah, so the difference is you're going to have some sort of finisher in mind. But with that specific finisher in mind, you can focus your game plan to result in the game ending that way. But you have a powerful draw engine on the field in the command zone that no matter what, if you don't have a tutor to look for your combo piece or a combo in hand, you can just start playing lands in your commander and you'll do fine.
Okay.
So I say we go to the next turn And
No, look at that. It's a combo piece.
So what we do, we play the Misty whenever land enters. This loses us 1 life. But we draw a card, lose a life. Then we crack and sack it. And we search for
Tropical Island.
No. I want to do that.
Which is
I was hitting. Yeah. Okay. So then that enters, and we gain another life and draw a card. And now we've got 3 mana. Do we? Ooh, the Ramu Nap is good because we can. Is there anything that gets us extra mana now? No. I do like the idea of being able to play the Misty Rainforest every turn, but I kind of want extra mana as soon as possible. This will have it, so I think this gets us extra mana whenever a land enters. So I think we might actually play this now.
Yeah, just to get the benefit of it.
Yeah. So we go 1,
because then next turn we can do
3.
1 ring into Birds of Paradise.
Yeah. Yep. Perfect. All right. So then we go to turn 4, and this stays tapped, loses us the life. But now whenever a land enters, we add 1 mana of any color. And if it's the second time in the turn, which we're going to be able to do, actually. So what we do is we play the Ramunap, right?
Is that what we want? Yeah.
And then we play Misty
Rainforest.
So we gain a life, draw a card, and we add 1 mana of any color. So now we just say we add... I just want to read this one more time. Then if it's the second time, it's resolve this turn, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an elf or an elemental. So what we do is we have a green floating or whatever. We crack and sack it. So we'll actually lose a life, but then gain a life. And we search for the breeding pool. View all. And then now we have both a green and a blue floating. 2 life. Draw a card from it entering. So now we can reveal, we have a green and a blue, and we can draw cards from our library until
we hit a
elf or elemental.
Or an elemental?
Yeah. What's the best way to do this? Can you like do all this and then say remove to bot? Yeah, okay, we could highlight them all.
Whoa.
So we just boom, boom, boom. This would be easier in real life where you're just... There's certain things that are easier in on here, like shuffling your library is easier on Moxfield, but in real life, like doing one of these things where you're revealing shit. Oh my god.
And then does that go into our hand or does that go into play?
It goes into our hand. That would be...
Busted?
Yeah, that would be incredible. I'll just put a fast forward thing on this. Oh my god. Jesus. That's a human druid, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we purposely crafted this so...
So there's only 2 options.
There we go.
And then we can immediately play it.
Yeah. So all of these will go to the bottom of the library. And then we'll play it with the blue or the green that's floating. And you know what? We should have, if we would have planned this out, actually, I almost thought about adding 2 green anyways for a Shia. So Let's just say we added the green instead.
And we could put, and then
And
we
we
play
get the
birds.
birds. So turn 4, this board is fucking banging right now. And we've got a mana held up, so if we had a counter spell, but we do have Force of Negation if we exile one of our blue spells. We've got another land or counter spell here. So I think we win next turn.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll go to turn 5. This stays tapped and loses us the life. Let's sequence this right. I think we still do the same thing with Ramanap. Where you play lands from your graveyard. So we play Misty, gain the life, draw the card. Oh, and a Mox Diamond. I was like too excited. I didn't even realize we fucking drew a Mox Diamond too. So we sack this, lose a life. And we get Hedge Mage. We do have one more.
Yeah.
I was almost going to say like, oh shit, what have we done?
No, we added that specifically because we were getting rid of all the basics.
That's right. We got Hedge Maze, which unfortunately does enter tapped, but we draw. And gain a life. That's the fucking combo. We don't even need to do the other thing.
We can just play it.
We can just play it. Oh, so does it say we may reveal top cards from our...
Well, so Surveil would just put it back on top of the library, and then this would trigger, and then it would go into our hand.
So, but it says if this is the second time this is ability to resolve this turn, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an elf or elemental. So I think what happens, and it says random order, I don't think we have any more elves or elementals in the entire deck.
No.
So actually what we do is just shuffle. Actually, we surveil with this. So you look at the top.
Oh, yeah, because we would draw from Tatyova. I forgot about that.
And, I mean...
throw that in the fucking graveyard.
All right. And then we... Nope, not that. Why do they let you click that and then also click this? Weird. So we just shuffle because we just look through our whole library and put them back down. And now we have 2 green floating also because of this. And I say we would play the Mox Diamond, discarding a Verdant Catacombs. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's all laggy. And we play a Shia. And it has power and toughness are equal to the number of lands we control, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But all our creatures are also lands. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 11. But what we do, and since all of our creatures are now forests, we can return this to our hand to untap target creature. So what we do is we tap a Birds of Paradise for a blue. And then we return this to our hand, since it's a forest because of a Shia, and we untap this. Then, we have to do green first. So we do green. Well, it doesn't matter. It could be blue that time. And then this time we tap it for green, and we play this. And because it's a land, because of a Shia, we gain a life and draw a card. And
then we just repeat the process and then play Thassa's Oracle.
And then you return this to your hand, untap this, tap it for a green, play this, and you just keep ding 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 as much fucking life as you can possibly gain. So how many cards did you have in your deck? You had about 60. So we'd be at somewhere around 90 life or so.
You would have every single card in your hand, and so it's almost impossible for your opponents to interact with you at this point.
Yeah, you'd have, if they tried to counterspell anything, you have, I think, 12 or 11 counterspells or so in the entire deck. And you play as fast as Oracle and win.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Andrew, you don't have control, but we'll just tell Ian what you want to do. We're going fourth again. You play test it. I'll be right back.
I can't read any of these things from your screen.
So it's fucking useless.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work out, but
this is also a similar. We'll just pretend like Andrew came up with this crazy play. Actually, I might keep this because you've got a land and a land, which I guess this doesn't. You don't have a forest, so that might be a little iffy. But you got this. You got this.
You could share. We could just share this list, and we could try to play it out on cockatrices.
Cockatrices. Yes. We should. That could be the next episode. Actually, is the follow up.
Try.
Yeah. Whenever we build a deck, the next episode is the showing. So, yeah. We could. He'd be the wild card. Our friend Ryan knows jack shit about Magic. I mean, I give him my Atali deck just when we play casual games, and he doesn't really know what's going on. He doesn't play
It's
Magic.
like giving him the controller that's unplugged.
Yeah, it's like giving the kid the controller that's unplugged just so they can have fun. But we let him play extra lands and turns. He doesn't really play Magic. He doesn't play it at all. So he's a fair enough sport to at least when we're all hanging out, having some brews, and we're all fucking hammered, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll play a fucking game, sure, whatever."
Yeah,
to his
credit,
just swing with the Tali. Yeah, no, I give him all the credit in the world.
Yeah, he's not a hater.
No, he's not. Yeah. So, Trevor, while you were going to the bathroom or whatever you were doing, Andrew can't read these cards because we're all sharing on these like through multiple screens. So let's just do another quick run through. So although this is tapped, you do have the Mystic Remora.
Our last game, we had the One Ring in hand, and
we didn't even cast it because we had better things to do. That's how you know
necessary.
Your deck is fucking good. Is when you have the One Ring in hand and you don't even need to play it. So normally I wouldn't keep this because the center is tapped without a forest, but you've got the Mystic Remora. So draw. Oh, there we go. So we play this turn one, and let's roll. How much? You roll a 4-sided die, right?
Yeah.
3. Hey, we got 3 cards. Hell fucking yeah. Ooh, and a Soul Ring too. So I'd say next turn we just let that die. Got its spell. Yeah. Then
Yavimaya.
Yeah, we play the Yavimaya. I'm almost thinking we do Soul Ring. Oh, into the Talisman. Into the Lotus Cobra. And then next turn we get Tatyova again. One turn after, but this is a way better setup, I think, in my opinion, than the previous one. So turn 3. Ooh, we got Gaia's Cradle.
Gaia's Cradle.
Yeah,
so we play Tatyova first.
Yeah. 100%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't even need to lose the life on that. For Tatyova. You play the Gaia's Cradle. You draw a card, gain a life, add a mana. So I'd say we add blue, tap this for 2 green. We can Eldritch this into a 3 or 4 mana spell. Do we get that fucking elf again that just tutored out everything?
Sakashima. No, you should go for Sakashima.
Okay, all right. So we have 1, 2, 3 floating. Cast Eldritch, sacrificing this. And yeah, it's worth testing the Sakashima interaction. View.
It's right there.
I think 1,000 Faces is better, right? Or does it?
They're both the same. Because they're just going to be copies of Tatyova.
Okay. So this comes in and is a copy of Tatyova. And,
right.
Okay. Then we go to turn 4. And now this will come in untapped because everything's a forest. So we can play this and draw 2 cards and gain 2 life. Now we play the One Ring. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. We have protection from everything for a turn. Ooh, we can Worldly Tutor and instantly draw it. What's the other combo with Sakashima? Kodama? I know there's probably a quicker line, but like I want to test out and see how that goes.
Well, we can't do Kodama because Sakashima is currently Tatyova, and we can't just like change.
Oh, that's right.
So if we wanted to do it that way,
we have a chain of vapor.
Sakashima.
we have
We do have a chain of vapor. Or we could go Seaborn Muse.
Oh my god, yeah. Then every turn we have all of this mana. I wish we had something to filter it through, like Thrasios.
We don't have enough mana to do Seaborn Muse, though.
I want to get something now. I almost think we should get that one creature, that elf that got us the win last time. That's basically a 1 card. Yeah. So we tap this for 1, 2. Use one of it for Worldly Tutor. And we search for, I don't even know the name of that card. Oh, you know what? Do we try Hermit Druid?
Screw it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's show Andrew the Hermit Druid thing. So this would go on top, but because we have the One Ring, we tap it, put a counter on it, and we just draw it. And then we have a green floating. And what does this do? Yeah, we'll just... And then that. So we have Hermit Druid. Now, we're going to want to protect this, which we do have 1 counterspell, because basically on the next turn, we'll win with this. But it's risky, just because people will do their fucking damnedest to remove this. But we pass.
Do we have a win
turn.
with it? Because we need to get Thoracle.
We can shuffle it back in. So I think we actually have a win on board. So what we do is we go to the next turn. We lose a life from the One Ring.
I saw you played Polluted Delta. Just get that extra 2 cards.
Yeah.
Or 4
Boom.
cards.
Yeah. Draw 2, gain 2, crack it to get another land, draw 2 more. Oh, I guess I would draw after we'd search. So, oops.
I didn't like what I draw. I'm just going to take that back.
I didn't even realize. I saw the burgeoning in there. So that would enter. And we draw 2 more and gain 2 more life. So this is what we do. We tap a green and this. So essentially our entire library goes into the graveyard. Then we can flash back. This is why I want to put this in there. Memories Journey.
Oh, yeah.
For a green. And target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from his or her graveyard into his or her library. So we'll...
Exiled.
Oh, yeah, that's exiled. And let's shuffle...
Oh, nope, not that. Essentially, it's up to 3, so we're just going to put... Why do I keep doing that? We're just going to put Thoracle into the library, draw it with the One Ring. Oh,
yeah.
We'd have to do 2 cards, so like Thoracle and Birds of Paradise.
Yeah.
And then we play Thoracle.
Actually, and this.
Walk of Aeon?
Or something. Or no, not this one. The Nexus of Fate.
Yeah.
So that's as a backup plan, just in case someone counters, the Thassa's Oracle. So we shuffle this in, yada, yada, yada. Let's just shuffle. And then we tap the One Ring, gets an extra counter, and we draw 2 cards. And we 1, 2, play Thassa's Oracle, and we fucking win.
Nice. Yeah, Sakashima was a good ad.
Yeah, and I could see it comboing with, like we said, Kodama, just as that extra. I do actually like Hermit Druid in this now.
Yeah.
This is a weird list. This is this is not the typical list you'd see, but it's fucking good. And we had interaction in our hand in both games. This one actually has a shitload. We've got a counter spell, a protective spell, another counter spell, another free counter spell, a board wipe or targeted bounce, and a targeted bounce. I mean, dude, this hand is loaded, and you have so much mana. This taps for 4. Well, I guess before Thassa's Oracle, it'll tap for 3. But yeah, dude, this deck is loaded up, man.
All right.
Once again, I will have 2 hours of fucking editing to do. Or I have to edit a 2-hour thing. We keep saying, we'll just keep it around an hour, maybe. But, all right.
Then we just start talking.
Then we start talking. So, Andrew, I know you didn't get as much interaction just because it was more of a learning experience, having your deck torn to shreds.
Basically rebuilt from the bottom up, not even the same deck anymore, besides the commander, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep burgeoning
pretty much.
in exploration. And some of the lands are the same.
It's like a RoboCop deck. There's only just a little bit of it left, and the rest of it is a machine made to fight crime.
RoboCop.
Exactly.
Tatyova. RoboCop Druid.
After a freak accident, Tatyova was rebuilt better, stronger, faster.
RoboCop Druid, yeah. There we go.
Nice. To download that,
Yeah, I'll send you a link.
we'll do a play test.
Now it's live.
Cocktrees.
Cockatrice. Yeah, well, next episode, we actually play a game, and we'll write you up a cheat sheet, just so you can refer to it, okay, here's and you can ask us questions. It'll be a very casual.
Not make an ass of myself in front of all these magic guys. In front of
you already have
bringing in that deck.
Channel
It was a real life deck.
Female subscribers, so we're doing okay. We've got a female audience.
It was a real life deck. So
boys, we did it.
It took a deck that was $200 and made it into a deck that's $3,200. So
yeah, and we signed you up for that tournament. I just finished that now, so just dip into your savings a bit.
Yeah, whenever you guys want to make the move on buying me this deck, let me know. I'll make sure it doesn't get stolen in the mail.
What are you doing? Doing unlimited?
Unlimited, so we can get an actual price of this. Yeah, $3,800.
Yeah. Nice.
Which is,
I've seen worse.
Pretty average for cEDH.
Damn.
But yeah, might not
these
be
decks are like nice Gibson guitars.
I know. It's like a Gibson guitar before they started fucking up with their quality department.
Well, yeah, before shrinkflation and they decide they want to be cheap, but back when they actually cared Gibson? About the product. You hear that?
You hear that?
Shut us down. See if you can.
Shut us down. But I think that's I'm actually really happy with it. It started going I was getting worried halfway through. I'm like, oh my god, do we have too many cooks in the kitchen? Because we put Trevor and I together, and it's like we have a good initial game plan, and then somewhere in the middle, all this shit just starts getting thrown in, and it doesn't make any sense, and then it just comes together so perfectly.
Make that deck public, Trevor. So
there's
public.
All right.
Yeah, no, that's public.
All right.
Yeah, and then next time we do the cockatrice, and we just record the screen.
Hell yeah, that will be fun.
All right, fuck yeah. I think we're that's it. Then thanks for watching if you stuck around, and follow us on any of the things that Trevor listed at the beginning. I know we have most of everything. I think we have an Instagram and a TikTok, a Patreon. Do we have a Facebook? I don't think we do.
We don't have a Facebook.
But it doesn't
it's the only
matter.
one we don't have.
But we never will.
Subscribe on Patreon and buy me this deck.
Yeah. Buy
you know you want to.
Start a GoFundMe. All right. Well, as usual, we'll see y'all in hell.
Yeah. Later, nerds.